All right, America, let's talk about your awkward teenage years. You know, that time after you dumped your British ex, but before you figured out this whole functional government thing? Yeah, that was the era of the Articles of Confederation. Picture a bunch of states sitting around in their pajamas, eating cereal out of the box, and arguing over who used the last of the milk. The Articles of Confederation, adopted in 1777, were America's first attempt at self-governance. They aimed to create a system where the states had more power than the central government. However, giving states too much freedom led to chaos. The Founding Fathers thought they were creating unity, but it ended up as a political free-for-all. It was like a middle school dance where everyone's too afraid to talk to each other. It was, in a word, chaos. And that, my friends, is pretty much what happened under the Articles of Confederation. Now, to be fair, the Articles of Confederation weren't all bad. They ended the Revolutionary War and established some basic principles of governance. But the Articles were also riddled with weaknesses. One of the biggest flaws was the inability of the federal government to tax. Taxes are important for funding things like roads, schools, and a military. Without the power to tax, the federal government was essentially broke. The government couldn't pay its debts, enforce laws, or negotiate effectively with foreign powers. Each state had one vote in Congress, regardless of its size or population. This led to constant bickering and gridlock. It was, to put it mildly, a bit of a disaster. You know that saying, "You don't know what you've got till it's gone"? The Founding Fathers learned that lesson with Shays' Rebellion. This was a full-blown armed uprising that shook the nation. It's 1786, and the United States is in an economic depression. Farmers, struggling with taxes and debt, are losing their farms and patience. Enter Daniel Shays, a Revolutionary War veteran who led a group of disgruntled farmers in rebellion. They shut down courts and wreaked havoc across Massachusetts. Shays' Rebellion was a wake-up call, showing that the Articles of Confederation were not working. It was a slap in the face, making everyone realize something had to change. Section 4. Out with the old, in with the new. Why the Articles failed. The Articles were ill-equipped to handle the challenges facing a young nation. The lack of a strong central government meant the United States was more like a loose collection of squabbling siblings. States were printing their own money, imposing tariffs on each other, and acting like they were part of a dysfunctional reality TV show. The final nail in the coffin was the realization that the federal government was powerless to address the nation's problems. The economy was in shambles, foreign powers were circling, and internal divisions threatened to tear the country apart. The decision to scrap the Articles and start fresh was bold but necessary. The Founding Fathers realized they needed a government that could actually govern. Section 5. From flawed foundation to enduring legacy, the Articles' impact. Even in failure, the Articles taught valuable lessons that shaped the future of the United States. They represented a bold experiment in self-governance and embodied the ideals of freedom, liberty, and state sovereignty. The failures of the Articles served as a warning about the dangers of a weak central government. The Founding Fathers were determined to create a system that would prevent such chaos from happening again. The principles of the Articles continued to inspire generations of Americans. Section 6. Fun Facts. Because history doesn't have to be boring. Fun fact number 1. Under the Articles, there was no president. The President of Congress, a largely symbolic position, presided over the government. Fun fact number 2. The Articles were so weak that they couldn't enforce treaties. The British refused to vacate forts in the Northwest Territory. Fun fact number 3. The Articles almost didn't happen. It took nearly 4 years for all 13 states to ratify the document. It was like a game of political chicken, but with the fate of a nation hanging in the balance. These fun facts show just how challenging it was to govern under the Articles. Section 7. The more things change. The Articles and the Constitution today. The Articles of Confederation may be long gone, but their legacy continues to shape the United States today. The Constitution is a direct response to the weaknesses of the Articles. The Founding Fathers created a system designed to ensure national unity while preserving liberty and self-governance. The debate over the balance of power between the federal government and the states continues today. From healthcare to education to gun control, Americans grapple with the same fundamental questions. The Articles of Confederation may be a relic of the past, but the lessons they offer remain relevant. So, the next time you find yourself complaining about the government, remember the Articles of Confederation and appreciate the system we have today.